Hey everyone. You know how everyone's always saying tech is the future?
Oh, it's changing so fast, right?
Exactly. Well, we found this roadmap that claims it knows all about the top tech skills to learn for 2025, the ones that'll actually pay well,
Oh, interesting.
But it's not just like a boring list or anything. It actually breaks it down, tells you how to start building those skills.
So it's a plan for skilling up for the future.
Exactly. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Okay, so what really struck me about this roadmap is it doesn't just throw a bunch of buzzwords at you.
Right.
It actually explains why these skills are going to be so important.
Yeah, it ties them to those big changes that are happening all over tech.
Like what?
Well, like how automation is becoming more common.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just this explosion of data everywhere. Plus, the whole cybersecurity thing is just getting bigger.
True. So it's not just about learning how to code just because.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding how these skills fit into this whole crazy changing tech world.
Exactly. And so that brings us to what the roadmap calls the Big Six for 2025.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right. So we've got AI and machine learning, cybersecurity, cloud computing, data analytics and big data, blockchain development, and good old software development.
Okay, that's a mouthful. Let's
Yeah.
take it one by one. First up, AI and machine learning. I feel like we hear about AI everywhere.
It's definitely the hot topic.
But what's the real deal? Why is it such a big deal for 2025?
Okay, so imagine medicine personalized to your DNA, self-driving cars that can handle rush hour traffic, and cities that can predict and prevent crime.
Wow. That's sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, but that's the potential of AI. And it's becoming real, fast. Companies are going crazy trying to put AI into everything, so anyone who can build and manage those AI systems,
They're golden.
big time.
That makes sense. But AI, I gotta admit, sometimes it feels kind of abstract, you know?
I get it.
Can you, give me a concrete example? What would an actual AI skill look like?
Yeah, sure. So think about Python, that programming language. It's super popular in AI for building and training these things called machine learning models. And they use tools like TensorFlow.
TensorFlow, okay.
Yeah, it's basically a library that helps computers learn from data.
So, teaching a dog tricks, but for computers.
Kind of. So if you learn Python and how to use TensorFlow, you could create all sorts of things. Chatbots that can answer customer questions, algorithms that predict stock prices, all kinds of stuff.
Wow, it's like you're giving machines a brain. But wait, with all this powerful AI out there, don't we need to make sure it's, secure?
100%. Which brings us to cybersecurity, our next big skill. It's more crucial than ever. I mean, think about it. Our personal data, national infrastructure, it all runs on digital systems now.
So the more we rely on technology,
The bigger the target we become for those cyber criminals.
Yeah.
That's why things like ethical hacking, where you basically think like a hacker to find weaknesses, that's super important now.
it's like being a digital detective.
Yeah.
But how do you even, learn that? Are there, secret hacker schools or something?
Uh-huh. Not quite. I mean, it would be cool. But really, there are specific tools and techniques you need to know.
Like what?
So one example is this tool called Splunk.
Splunk.
Yep. Security pros use it to go through tons of security logs, massive amounts of data.
Okay.
It's kind of like a detective's magnifying glass for cyber threats.
I see.
It helps them find clues and stop attacks before they happen.
And I bet there are certifications, right? To prove you've got the skill.
You know it.
It's like a digital badge of honor.
Haha, exactly. Things like CompTIA Security Plus or CISSP.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
They show employers you know your stuff when it comes to protecting their systems.
So we've got AI, the brains, and cybersecurity, the protection. But where's all this data living?
Ah, good question. That brings us to cloud computing. It's the backbone of it all.
Right. Everyone's moving to the cloud.
Yeah, for sure. And that means knowing platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, all of that is becoming essential.
It's kind of like instead of owning a house, you're renting an apartment in the cloud.
That's a great way to put it. You don't have to worry about the maintenance. You just pay for what you use.
Easy. And you know what I've noticed?
What's that?
A lot of those cloud providers are offering their own certifications now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Makes it easier to specialize.
Lovely.
It's like choosing your neighborhood in the cloud city.
Love that analogy. But with all this data floating around up there, we need people who can actually make sense of it. That's where data analytics and big data come in.
Right, because it's like having this massive library, but no librarian.
Exactly.
You need someone who can find the right books and understand the stories they tell.
Perfect analogy. Data analysts are like those librarians. They use tools like SQL to search through databases, R to do statistical analysis, and Tableau to create visuals so we can understand trends.
It's all about making that raw data useful.
Exactly. Turning it into insights you can actually act on.
Okay, hold on. My brain is getting full.
It's a lot to take in.
But we can't forget about blockchain development.
Yes, the blockchain.
It's been a buzzword for ages. What's the real potential there?
Okay, so blockchain, it can be a bit complex, but think of it like a digital ledger.
Okay.
But it's virtually unhackable. And it has applications in so many things, from cryptocurrency to keeping supply chains secure to even like voting systems.
So it's all about building these secure, transparent systems.
Exactly.
But where do you even begin to learn that?
Well, the good news is this roadmap suggests a ton of options, and a lot of them are accessible.
Okay, that's good.
And get this, it all starts with free resources.
Free. Tell me more.
Okay, so there are platforms like Coursera, EDX, Free Code Camp, Codecademy, even just YouTube, really.
Wow.
Tons of free courses to get your feet wet. You can learn the basics of pretty much anything. Python, web dev, cloud computing, all for free.
Amazing. It's like anyone can get started if they're motivated.
Exactly. And then once you have the basics, you can level up with more structured learning. Things like boot camps. You've got Data Camp for data science, Lambda School if you want to go full stack dev, or even Udemy, which has a huge range of stuff.
True. But boot camps, they're a big commitment. Time and money.
Yeah, they're definitely an investment. You got to weigh the pros and cons. But even if you don't go that route, don't forget about getting some hands-on experience.
Right. You can't just read about code. You got to actually build things.
For sure.
And the roadmap actually has some cool suggestions for beginner-friendly projects. You could build a simple chatbot using Python or make a data dashboard to visualize something interesting.
Those are great starting points.
Exactly. Not only does it help you learn, but you can also build a portfolio to show potential employers.
Definitely. Speaking of which, networking is huge for landing a tech job.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who you know?
Well, and just getting your name out there. Online communities can be super valuable for that. LinkedIn, GitHub, even subreddits dedicated to your skill.
You can connect with other people, learn from them, maybe even find jobs that way.
Exactly. It's like building your own support system in the tech world. And don't underestimate the power of contributing to open source projects.
What's that?
Basically, you collaborate with others on real-world projects. It's a fantastic way to gain experience and build your reputation.
So we've talked about the big 6 skills, but what I'm hearing is it's not just about mastering one thing and being done.
Right.
It's about constantly learning and evolving, right? Like leveling up in a video game.
I love that analogy. You're always facing a new challenge.
Exactly. Continuous learning, it's crucial in tech because things just change so fast.
You got to stay curious, read tech news, attend webinars, just never stop exploring new stuff.
So, to everyone listening out there, if you could use any of these skills to solve a problem in your own life, which one would you choose and why?
That's a good question to think about. Remember, the best tech skill to learn is the one that truly excites you and fits with your goals. Don't just follow the trends. Find that sweet spot between what you love and what the world needs. And I think you'll be on the right track.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Thanks for diving into this roadmap with me.
My pleasure. Always fun to chat about the future of tech.